Welcome to Reno, Nevada, where the High Desert Waterfowl Classic at Sportsman's Warehouse is in full swing. Ducks Unlimited Superfly narrowing it down to the top 6 in the Superfly Finals. And out in the valley of Carson City, retriever trials are continuing to produce quite a dramatic story. We're in the semifinal round. We'll go from 12 dogs down to 5. Here are the rest of the semifinalists.
This is Rudy. Rudy belongs to Sherry and Milton McClure from Louisiana. This is his first SRS. He's sitting at number 4 right now, so we're tickled to death. He really knows how to play the game.
Here. No, Max, sit.
On my left is Jack, he's 4.5. And on my right is Ribby, and she's 7.5.
I totally forgot, I wasn't paying attention. I had with me Ike. He's a 4-year-old black lab, and his owners are from Buda, Texas, south of Austin. And this is Ike's second chance at going to the crown. This lover boy is Blue, and Blue belongs to Mark Medford from Memphis, Tennessee. And this guy here is Max, and Max belongs to Mark Medford, also from Memphis, Tennessee.
This is my dog Thorn. He's a 6-year-old. This is Indy. She's a 5-year-old.
Her name's Candy. And on the left is HRCH Lone Oak Sweet Adeline, Master Hunter. And her call name's Addie.
Wait, they don't. All right. Time out. It's amazing because when it's time to work, they know the difference between play and work, and this is play. Sit.
It may be play, but there is quite a drama that is unfolding here. There you see the leaders, Candy and Scott Greer with 37 faults. They're facing quite a course. For that, let's go to Justin Tackett.
Thanks, Craig, and welcome to the third series. Our Sport Dog brand virtual course looks just like this. We got 2 down the shore, 160 and about 130. Very well-placed marks. Come out here on the right side, you've got your third bird at about 112, tucked in right behind the levee. Thread the needle at about 218 for your blind, but let me tell you what makes this difficult. We're at about 5,000 feet elevation. We've got muck, mud, water the whole way out. Some swimming, some lunging, some running water.
Aren't you going to get a really good idea of the course when Rody Best and Ike come up here? And we've already had some people try to tackle it. We've had some disasters, Justin, because there's a lot out there.
Absolutely, great big course. You know, I wouldn't think that this would be perfectly set up for Ike and Rody. Rody, great dog trainer. Ike's not a fire-breathing dragon, but I know these guys are working together very well. Anxious to see what happens.
Now, Ike may be a laid-back dog, but Rody is more determined than ever.
This is my 3rd time to make it to the semis. 2nd time with Ike. We are coming off a 2nd place finish in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We've got 4 handlers with 2 dogs and 4 handlers with 1 dog. And so I've got 1 less dog than 4 other guys out there. But I'll take this dog against any of their 2 dogs any day. This dog is, I really feel, is going to be the next Jerry Day and Nike, the CHRISAKIN and the Boomer. Ike's going to be the next dog.
Ike!
Wow, Rody's got some real goals he's put out there for Ike.
You know, Ike must be doing some spectacular stuff in training, Craig, because he's a great dog, but he's nowhere near the dogs that he mentioned just then, or that combination. I hope they get there.
Yeah, but you know, it doesn't keep Rody from really working toward it, and that's what you love about this show, is you see these dogs grow from competition to competition. They do have a bond, you can tell.
Oh, absolutely. They're big buddies, no doubt. No doubt. He's having a difficult time on this, Mark II out of the 3.
Boy, I burned up my line of that longbird, didn't I? Whew.
What did he just say? I burned up my line to the longbird? What is that?
These dogs are trained not to take the same line back to back or again in one scenario. So he took the line to the longbird and actually picked up the short bird.
Oh, no.
So now his highway has got a roadblock on it, is what I'm trying to get at. But when you start handling on marks, it's not really that crucial. In other words, the dog's really not working on his own anymore. He's relying on the handler, and because he does work so well with Rody, they still got a pretty decent score here. It's nothing to write home about, but they're taking a setback as my old football coach said, and turn it into a comeback, Craig.
Setback to comeback.
That's it.
But you know, he's doing better than we're giving him credit for here, don't you think?
They're hanging in there. They're working together as a team. Ike's not really marked anything very much, but he's handling very well. He's not fighting Rhodey, which is, he's like, hey, man, just steer me. I'll get there for you.
You like your dog to do a lot of the work. You don't want to have that.
Yeah, in marking,
do all the
that's
work.
right. We want in marking, but again, I mean, when the dog handles this well and takes the line, bam. I mean, what else can you ask for?
Attaboy!
40 faults, not too bad. Rhodey, Best, and Ike doing pretty good here. Coming up, you've heard of businessmen. You're going to be meeting business dogs.
That's my buddy. That's my boy, huh? That's my boy, huh? Yes, sir.
The Super Retriever series has been brought to you by Sport Dog brand, gear the way you'd design it. Eukanuba, make a good dog great. Avery, welcome to your life. And by Mossy Oak, Mountaintop Custom Kennels, Sportsman's Warehouse, Stanwood Motorsports, and Splash Dog.
All right, coming up to the line now, we got a man who has qualified 2 dogs, but he's used to this scenario, CHRISAKIN.
Sit.
He's big time, and if you don't believe it, just ask him.
Well, this dog Indy's going to try and put him in the big time this time.
Absolutely. You get a great look at the scenario right there. There's your area of the falls, and you see your blind down the middle. Very difficult test. I'm not sure the judges even understand what makes this thing so difficult.
Isn't that funny how that's evolved here? You see Thorn in 4th place. You know, in Chris's world, his dogs ought to be wearing coats and ties. That's the way he looks at it.
These dogs are executives in their business. I mean, these are corporate guys right here. These are at the top of the game. I mean, these guys, one day they go to a meeting in Arkansas, and next day they go to a meeting in Nevada. Next day they go to a meeting in Alabama. I mean, it's nothing, these guys. When they crawl in that truck, they lay down and they're ready to go 2,000 miles. They don't know if they're going across town or across the country. And they don't care. All they know is they just want to do their job. They got a meeting to take care of. They got a board meeting to go to. Here we go. And that's what they're doing. They're taking care of business.
Taking care of business. We should have gotten some Bachman Turner overdrive there. That would have been perfect.
Oh, man, that's an Aikinism. He's got plenty of them.
Bye!
If you listen to Chris, he is constantly,
deal right there.
he's politicking and
She's
selling
always
those judges. Always. Listen to me. You can always hear him.
We're sitting in the driver's seat right now, ain't we?
He's telling her how good she's doing. And that's part of the game, you know, that's part of the strategy. In other words,
So it's not talking smack. It's almost like doing a commentary that would influence the judges.
that's exactly right. All he's doing is he's explaining to them how good we're doing, just like a coach banging on a referee for the next call. You know what I mean? Just he's constantly on top of them.
See, I never noticed that. That's why we hired you, Justin,
That's
to
it.
point things out, because I just thought he was doing his own commentary.
Bad situation here. Indy got on the upwind side of the blind. Huge handler error.
And Indy gets disqualified. CHRISAKIN is down to 1 dog as we bring in Tellis Calhoun and his dog, Max. Tell us about Max here, Justin.
Outstanding dog. I keep waiting for Max to plug it all together. He's always right there. He has not made the finals. He just needs a little luck. He just needs a little bit of luck to make this thing happen.
So on this run, we might see a superstar. Well, not a superstar.
Well, he's
but
got the talent,
Might
man.
see a big run here.
He's just like the great kid that came out of college that almost won the Heisman Trophy but was never able, the Archie Griffin, that's what he is. Never able to just really excel with the big boys. And so he's done great in all-age tests. He's done great in hunt tests, but he's never done real well at the Super Retrievers. He's always been right in the middle of it, but never put it all together.
Maybe he'll do it on this run.
I'd love to see him do it. In good shape. Right there. I mean, he can mark. He's tractable. He's flashy. Got great style. I mean, everything about him's wonderful.
Now, does the style and the flashiness reflect in the score? I mean,
Well,
does that you take that into consideration?
It's not supposed to, Craig, but let's face it. I mean, if, you know, watching Michael Jordan dunk, he was just special. And watching a dog with great style it makes you forget about the little things, and you want to watch him run, you know?
Of course, we've got a TV show. We want a dog with style.
That's
we
right.
want that charisma. That helps sell the sport and the show, obviously.
That's right. That's right. He's letting him get a little left here. Unbelievable.
Just 2 faults.
I mean,
That's great.
That's right. I mean, literally, he's right there. You know, this is when you need that thermal, that wind. You know, he's right in that tough stuff, and it's just tough to smell that plastic out there. There you go. He made it within 10 feet of it.
Now he's at 10 faults. Going for the long one here.
Got to run that blind. Here we go. Just hold it tight. He ought to coast right in on this deal.
Now remember, if this is the first time you've seen this, these are the long ones, and so we kind of scale back our time span here, our time frame. Keep in mind, this takes a lot longer than what we're showing you.
In good shape. As that wind picks up in that running water, the use of the whistle and the timing of the whistle. Now remember, you've got all that hundreds of yards that it has to travel. Having trouble hearing, this thing's falling apart.
Oh,
he went from 10
man,
to roughly 60-plus points.
And listen to Tellis. He's really disappointed, too. Tell you what, let's do. Let's show you the leaderboard. And you see that Candy, Scott Greer, right on top. Brody Best and Ike in second place. Coming up, we'll go from the field to the dock. Oh, if we got some flying dogs for you. You don't want to miss the Ducks Unlimited Superfly. It is on the way.
To set your soul on fire.
Let's go to the dock for the first round of the finals at the High Desert Waterfowl Classic. Sportsman's Warehouse is the spot right there on the parking lot. Ooh, what a competition. As we show you Ursula Kinley with her dog Gunder.
These Border Collies, man, they're everywhere. They're big time. They're talented. A lot of height, a lot of distance. Here they come.
And as proof to what you're saying, Justin, we've got Gunner going 21-7. Oh, that's just so graceful. These Border Collies can do it. Let's move on to Pete Meyer and Chief.
Big old raw bone Labrador Retriever, brother, with the best color, yellow. I like it.
Not a bad jump at all for Chief. 19-11, didn't quite make the 20-foot mark. All right, let's combine a Lab and a German Shepherd.
Yeah, you know what? Kale's not going to be doing any modeling in the near future. Let me tell you what, he's talented. He's talented. Watch him go.
And he knows his job.
Get that Hexa bumper, buddy.
Need a little bit more lift there. Let's take a look at it through the paw cam. You can see just need just a little bit more rocket.
Oh.
All right, moving on. Tracy Hughes with her dog Kona.
I'm telling you what, man, Chesapeake Bay Retrievers, this dog's actually rescued from the pound, if you will. Big time jumper.
Amazing how these dogs can be rescued or picked up like that, and they know what to do.
Incredible. I mean, they love to retrieve. It's just, it's all instinctual. It's innate. It's there. Just go out there and throw it for them. But look at this. 2202, that's big time. With a Chesapeake, that's a lot of weight, man.
This dog is a born jumper. All right, let's move on to Henry. This is actually Tang Nguyen, who is husband to Tracy, who you just saw. Tang is bringing in Henry, and Henry is going to try and bring in the gold. Look at this jump.
Another rescued Chesapeake Bay Retriever, 2510, man. That dog's flying.
A good long distance here at the Sportsman's Warehouse parking lot, and here's our leaderboard. You see Henry right at the top of it as we go back to the field. It's nonstop right here.
Here we go. Lyle, Steinman, and Jack, 4 years old. Now, don't forget, Steinman just won the Crown Championship a couple months ago with River. This guy's becoming like the UCLA, the Boston Celtics. I mean, he's dominant.
So what's done it for him? Why is he so good?
That's a very good question, other than I think Lyle probably outworks them all.
Really?
Gets up earlier, stays up later. Everybody's dogs are fairly talented, so his technique's similar to everybody else. He just happens to outwork everybody, I think.
And that's what it takes, right?
It's just like it's absolutely no different here than either. There's no dog whisperer. That's
That's a myth, huh?
That's right. I mean, these guys all have great communication skills with their dogs, but he's just getting up earlier and staying up later.
And watch what happens. Look at this.
Killed it.
Just nailed it.
Killed it.
Absolutely fabulous. Takes over first with just 21 faults as we bring in Clint Johnson with a new dog, Rudy. This is a transition for Clint, and it's going to take some adjustment if he wants to reach the finals.
I've been here, this is my 14th time in the top 12. You know, it's hard to change from one dog to another because you get up there and you get an idea in your head of what you would do with one, and then all of a sudden it changes totally from the next one. This is the 5th dog we've put in the top 12 in the last year, and it's hard every time you go up and try to make that transition. But Rudy's worked with me quite a bit, and I believe we're ready. Now, Rudy has 2 open thirds. He's about to start his hunt test career, so he should have his master title by the end of the fall. He's a very solid dog.
So even though this is a period of adjustment for Clint, he still sounds confident.
Oh, yeah, he knows
like
what
he can do it.
He's a great dog trainer. I mean, Clint's been around a long time. You know, he's won back in 2005 with his dog, Savannah. He's had a little dry run now, but he'll get right back in the middle of it. It's guys that got great dogs, and they're good dog trainers and maybe the very best handlers around.
Clint is from El Paso, Arkansas, not El Paso, Texas.
Big Razorback fan. Don't accuse him from being from Texas. He'll get upset with you.
And has shocked everyone because normally he wears white tennis shoes, even in the muddiest of field trials, but not today.
Clint White Shoes Johnson is what they call him around the circuit. He's a great guy. His wife's an excellent handler as well. He's hanging in here. Rudy's doing a great job. Getting down here to where the rubber meets the road. He's wide on him. The wind's picked up. Very difficult to hear that whistle. Oh,
Well, that valley wind is wreaking havoc on these runs.
that last 40 or 50 yards, it just makes you or breaks you.
Coming up, we're going to see Lyle Steinman one more time. Can he do it with another dog? Stay tuned.
The Super Retriever Series is brought to you by Avery. Welcome to your life. Eukanuba. Make a good dog great. Sport Dog Brand. Gear the way you design it. And by these fine sponsors: Ducks Unlimited, Zinc Calls, Creative Answer, Dog Lovers Wine Club, and by Silver Legacy Resort and Casino.
We'll get back to more action in just a second, but first, it's Avery's Welcome to Your Life.
You know, it's all about the West. You know, I grew up in Arkansas, Craig, and that state prides itself as a duck hunting mecca. I mean, everybody in Arkansas likes to think it's the only place to hunt duck. But, you know, there's always a but. I had the first opportunity to come out here out west and really spend some time hunting ducks and geese. I got to see the Snake River and hunt ducks there, and the Boise River and a lot of these marshes. And you know, Reno, you think of this as the desert, but the largest concentration of breeding canvasback ducks in the world is right here. Ducks Unlimited has done a ton of research to kind of make this a great place for those birds to breed. So it's good stuff. The hunting here is it's fabulous, and it's so different to see a group of mallards cupped up with 12,000-foot peaks in the backdrop. The West, the traditions are changing. Good stuff. All right, man, that's enough about the ducks, Craig. Let's get back to watching these dogs. We're down to 2 left, 2 to make the top 5.
All right, Lyle Steinman is back up with a dog we have yet to see. Is this dog going to perform like the others?
Hey, you got me, man. I don't know what they've got to do, but these handlers have got to try to figure out a way to stop Steinman. He's killing them.
And this dog is Rebby. Is that how you say it?
I think it's Reby is how he pronounces it. But yeah, Reby.
Reby, there you go. Thanks, Lyle.
I'm a big Reba McEntire fan, I think.
Apparently so, but like all the other dogs, good energy, online.
He just, you know, he's killing them.
It's almost like they're psychic. Lyle Steinman, a very businesslike, professional, completely focused, and you know that when you talk to him. In fact, that's what we're going to do right now.
My name's Lyle Steinman. I'm from Gower, Missouri. On my left is Jack. He's 4.5. And on my right is Ribby, and she's 7.5. I picked Jack and I picked Ribby. River's already qualified for the crown and stuff. And what's best for the team is for these two to run this time.
But Craig, you said it best. He is all business. It's all workmanlike. Go to work, win this competition, go on the next day. Think about this. He's been in the SRS for right at a year. He's won very near $100,000 in cash and prizes.
Amazing. And look at Reby. She is just phenomenal, like all the Steinman dogs, just right on. A sixth sense that dog develops.
He's on fire. You know, he's got a waiting list, from what I understand right now, for clients to have him look at his dog and evaluate him for it's like 2 years.
Nothing against the other handlers, but if I had a dog that had some talent, right now you'd have to say I'd take him to Lyle Steinman.
Good place to be, and he did
Really?
it.
And Ruby does it again. Let's take a look. Lyle Steinman's got number 1 and number 2, and they're 10 faults apart as we come in with Scott Greer. This is his dog, Addie, but he's got 2 dogs in the competition. He's excited about it.
This is my first time to actually have 2 dogs in the semis, and that's a real good feeling to have 2 shots at it, you know. And actually qualified 3 and had to leave Champ out, and you know, that just tells me that things are going like it's supposed to, you know.
Looks like Addie's headed for problems here, Justin.
Yeah, she's done exactly what most of the other dogs in the semis have done. Killed the first 2 marks, 3rd mark ate her up, DQ'd.
And so you won't find Addie's name on our scoreboard, but you will find Lyle Steinman. Look at that. 1st and 2nd.
Greer, Reniger, and Best have got to bring their A game. Or Steinman will run away with it again. I'm telling you, the guy is on fire.
Can they pass Lyle Steinman? Will they be able to do it? Will we have an incredible jump in our Ducks Unlimited Superfly competition? We'll have answers when you join us next week.